So your connecting energy is being represented by the sacral chakra and the number 10 and creativity. And then the positive energies surrounding your connection are Archangel Jophiel, illumination, creativity, authenticity, and the indigo spectrum. Actually, these up. Okay, so these are the connecting energies, and now we're going to look at the individual energies. So to start, we have the first person being represented by the bat, Mercury, and growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. And then the second person in this connection is being represented by the Panther, the Sun, and pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Okay. So, where do I want to start here? Let's go ahead and start with the connecting energies of creativity. So, Pile 2, this connection is really awesome because you and this person, whoever they may be, whichever energy you are, you guys are going to bond over passion. I think there's going to be passionate feelings about each other. I think there's going to be a lot of attraction towards one another, physically and on a deeper level, but definitely physically. And I definitely think that this connection is going to encourage both of your creativities. What I'm seeing here is that this connection is being protected by Archangel Jophiel. And I love this because, one, it just reiterates that this is going to be a very creative connection. So you and your future partner are likely going to be creatives of some kind. You know, certainly don't have to be. Creativity could extend to like being an entrepreneur. Creating is literally anything. So creativity is literally just having the ability to take what's in your head and ground it in the real world. But I definitely see that the reason why this is your next relationship is because you and this person are like quite literally meant to take this next stage together for very important reasons. There's definitely a psychic connection here. It's going to be a bit deeper than just a heart connection. With this indigo spectrum here, I do feel like this connection is going to help you tap into the collective consciousness more. And by that, I just mean like the collective. So the collective is essentially like everyone. And if you're not really familiar with tarot or just like collective energies, they're essentially just world energies. Like, for example, you know, when Rona started, there was a lot of tense energy in the world. That was the energy of the collective. So, you know, you might have been feeling good, but on a random day, but like you might have felt this little bit of stress because there's like this collective energy around it. It seems like this connection is going to be really good for the both of you because it's going to make you more focused on other people in a positive way. And by that, I mean like, I don't think either of you are like self-centered, but I do think that maybe you and the person that you're going to be in a relationship with have the tendency to kind of get wrapped up in just like what's going on in your own life. And it might isolate you from other people in the sense that like you are kind of so focused on your own problems that you forget problems outside of the world exist as well. And I'll kind of get into that more, but what's really beautiful here is that there's going to be this mutual harmonious energy between the two of you, or you encourage one another to be your truest selves. And what's really interesting is that this relationship, when you come together with this person, when you're in this connection, you and your person, whether you know them or not, you're both going to be in this process of releasing and purging what doesn't serve you. This is definitely a connection that's being brought in to a relationship. I was just saying connection. This is going to be a relationship that's brought in to really help you both see the light in different ways. Like I heard the song from Tangled, like At Last I See the Light. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the Bat person and kind of their role in this relationship. So the Bat is more focused on the releasing part of this dynamic. The Bat definitely could be an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or have those placements, or they could have signs ruled by Mercury, which would be Gemini and Virgo. But like we said, don't get too caught up on placements and stuff like that, because it's just the energies. It's there for extra confirmation, but like your person could have nowhere in their chart and that it could still be them. So, but what I'm really seeing here is that this person was in a dark place for a really long time. And I think there's a lot of things that really held them back in life. And I think one of the biggest things that held them back is that they didn't have a lot of confidence in themselves. They might have had a really rough upbringing. I'm seeing this in the Panther as well. So that might be something that you and this person can bond over. Maybe you had one or multiple unsupportive guardian figures in your life growing up. This is definitely two people who have carried a lot of pain in their life. And I think that these are two people that truthfully are kind of used to attracting the wrong kinds of relationships. And I don't want to say that and make you feel attacked, because technically there's no such thing as the wrong kind of relationship. You're always learning something. Like, you know, even if it's the wrong relationship, it was right for you at the time, you know what I mean? But I definitely feel like you and this person that you're going to be in a relationship with, you're both going to be coming from dark pasts. And maybe they didn't feel dark while you were living them, but after you're like with this person, you will see how dark things truly were. But the thing I want to stress here, and what I actually find really beautiful about this connection, is that you're not going to enter this connection and be like healed, because first of all, there's no such thing as like being truly healed. I mean, life continues lifing, and we always have things that we need to heal and continue growing with. But I feel like this is a relationship where you and this person are going to heal together, and you're going to have a lot of compassion for one another. And I think that's really important about this connection, because I think in the past, for you and this person, your past partners, if you've had any, of course, or just situationships, they've really misunderstood why you act the way you do. And same for your person. I feel like for one of you, the Panther person, when they feel triggered, they tend to lash out. They tend to maybe say things they don't mean. You know, this is fire energy. We have Leo here with the sun, but Aries, Leo, Sag. This person could be a fire sign. Obviously, it doesn't have to be. But this is somebody who, growing up, definitely felt like they learned that they had to either fight for themselves or nobody was going to defend them. So they learned how to have a really, really tough exterior, and they learned that you know, they kind of have to be fierce. They have to be just kind of like on the prowl, like ready to attack at any point. And I think that this Panther person, they really put up this facade, like they don't care, that, you know, I just heard like from my mind, like, I'm a bad bitch, you can't kill me. Like, this is definitely somebody who has developed really thick walls and a really thick ego as a way to protect a lot of the pain that they have felt deep within them. And what's beautiful is that once the Panther is in this connection, this Bat is going to help them see that they deserve to feel good about themselves. They deserve to feel strong, that they are light, like that they're not dark. I feel like this Bat is really going to help the Panther really change their perspective in terms of how they view themselves and what they're truly capable of. And what I really love about the Panther is that the Panther is not going to let the Bat get away with shit. And I'm just going to be honest here. The Bat, while the Bat carries things, they definitely carry like the burdens and traumas of their past, like most people, they are very mental about how they operate. And so I feel like they either kind of run from these things, like either physically or just they bury them deeply or like mentally kind of just avoid them. This person could be a smooth talker. They could be really good at talking themselves out of situations or just kind of sneaking away when things get tough. This is somebody who isn't really used to having to hold account, isn't used to having somebody hold them accountable for things. And this Panther is really going to change the game for them because this Panther is all about growth. The Panther is all about purging, while the Bat is about releasing. The Panther is about purging. And so the Panther in this relationship is going to be purging a lot of things that held them back, same as the Bat. But she's also, I said she, I didn't mean to say she. So for some of you, this could be, if you identify as feminine or anything like that, I meant to say they, I'm sorry. They are going to help the Bat really like, how do I explain this? Grow. Just growth here. I just saw that, but the Panther is not going to be afraid to speak up, and she's going to know when the Bat is trying to talk its way out of something, trying to talk their way out of something. They're going to be like, oh no, like I know you're full of shit because X, Y, Z. Like this is not acceptable. I won't accept this. And one of the awesome things about the Panther person is that they are not afraid to speak their mind. They will not put up with shit because they have put up with a lot of shit. And so at this point, they're like, by the time they are in this relationship, they are not going to allow somebody to treat them any less than how they deserve to be treated. And what's awesome about the Bat is that the Bat is going to know how to talk the Panther off the ledge. Because I do think that at times the Panther could lash out. The Panther could say things that they don't mean. The Panther could get emotional and upset and say things in the heat of the moment because they're hurt that they don't really mean. And they might have really pushed people away in the past because of this, but the Bat person isn't going to take this seriously because the Bat person is really intelligent. And I mean, the Panther person is too, but the Bat is a lot more mental. The Panther person, I think, operates more from like a more primal, more emotional level, whereas the Bat is very like in their head all the time. But what's really different is that the Bat is going to really calm the Panther down in ways that are different from anything this Panther has ever experienced. The Bat's going to see through what the Panther is doing. And, you know, bats are like sonar frequency or some shit. I don't know. If you know stuff about bats, comment it, I guess. But the Panther will say one thing, but the Bat will know that they mean something else. Maybe not in the very beginning. And that might be something that they have to work through. And that's why there's things that they're going to have to purge and release, because this is definitely going to take a little bit of time to get to a point of understanding. Like the talking stage between these two might be a little tough. There might be times where one another wonders if this is really the right person. But I think that no matter how long this relationship lasts, they're going to be the right person for each other at that time. You will be the right person for this person, and they will be the right person for you during this period of time, however long that period of time lasts. Because this Panther is really going to get this Bat out of their bullshit. Like, I heard back on my bullshit, and like that's just not going to happen with this Panther. And that's what's actually going to help this Bat grow. They are going to help this Bat see how maybe their actions in the past have been manipulative or how they've been hurtful. They're also going to show this Bat person how running away from problems doesn't fix them, and that they'll always come back and bite you in the ass in some way. And so the Panther is really not going to take shit from the Bat, and as a result, the Bat is going to increase their awareness, and they're going to increase their consciousness and understanding of others. This connection is going to help both people here increase their empathy towards others. And it's not that these two aren't empathetic at all. It's just that because of their own wounds, sometimes they're unable to see or understand why other people act differently. And so these two, while they might have similar wounds, the way that they respond as a result are different. And so you and this person are really going to have to work together to understand why you both react the way you do. And this is going to force the Panther to be more level-headed. And the Bat is really going to help the Panther stop acting from a place of intense emotion and instead channel all that intense emotion into positive things. Whereas the Panther is going to stop the Bat from running. It's going to stop the Bat from trying to escape all their issues and instead face them and grow from them instead of just avoiding them. And as a result, I feel like these two are going to find that they have a lot of common interests, and with this abundance of new energies, new understandings, new ideas, new feelings, you both are going to channel it into your creativity. I think I already said that you guys might be indigo children, but these are two definitely very unique people. I get a lot of Aquarius energy from both of these people, truthfully. But I really think the Bat is going to help the Panther feel more confident in themselves. The Bat is going to show the Panther that they don't have to react from such an emotional place and that they are worthy of kindness. And yeah, sometimes people are going to treat the Panther poorly, but it's not a reflection of the Panther. It's a reflection of the person who did the shitty thing. You know what I mean? And the Panther's going to be seeing the light. They're going to realize that they do deserve love. And the fact that somebody like the Bat loves them is going to show them that they should have more pride in themselves, because all the beautiful things they see in this Bat person is going to see wonderful things in them as well. And it's going to help this Panther person be a lot more confident in who they are. And they might have a strong ego sometimes, but these two are just going to be giving each other slices of humble pie all the time. And so this is definitely a relationship where it's not like the most flowing and easygoing, but it's awesome when it comes to transformation, because it's teaching you both lessons about conflict that I think you really need to learn. And I think it's just going to help you and this person really understand that you've been wasting your energy on the wrong shit for a while. And instead, you're going to feel free to embrace your authentic selves. I feel like you both have just tried to fit in for so long and have really subdued your personalities and subdued who you both were. And when this relationship comes together, it's like you guys are going to feed off of each other in this really positive way. There's just going to be those little bumps in the road where you guys have misunderstandings, or you guys have something happens, you both are triggered, and you do your typical, the Panther lashes out, the Bat ignores the Panther because they're uncomfortable, they don't know what to do. But instead of just, them quitting and giving up, you both are saying, no, I want to work with this, I want to work together. And between the Bat's ability to communicate fairly and the Panther's ability to channel intense emotions and push through those emotions and find the passion beneath that, it will keep you both committed to growing, to feeling more confident in yourself, and to channeling all of your intense energies into something other than pain and darkness. And I'm not saying that that's what you guys do right now, but what I am saying is that this connection is going to be triggering from the sense that you're going to help each other heal from a lot of dark stuff. And this doesn't happen through sunshines and rainbows. It happens through conflict. It happens through misunderstandings, disagreements. But it's really this is healthy in the sense that instead of pushing people away the way you both do, the passion you have for one another, the love you have for one another is going to force the both of you to sit down and work it out. And as a result, the Panther is going to be a lot more confident in themselves, and they're going to realize, oh, okay, I don't need to be so defensive. I don't need to lash out at people like this. I can understand how I've hurt people in the past by doing this. And the bat's going to realize, oh, I see how what I say can be manipulative. And oh, running away from this situation really doesn't help. And it's going to be really awesome for the both of you, honestly. And it is protected. And it's going to illuminate a lot of wonderful qualities about the two of you and illuminate the things that you guys need to heal. And I think that's really beautiful. And I think that the more you guys heal together, the more you'll understand why it was worth sticking it out, why it was worth the pain. And I don't even want to say pain because I don't feel like it's going to be pain. It's just typical. But I feel like because you guys had these experiences in the past of really painful things, I feel like the second something doesn't seem like super awesome, sunshiny loves and rainbows, you're gonna be like, yep, they're just like everyone else, of course. Like you might write it off in the beginning, but I feel like it's important for you guys to see this because the passion that you feel for one another is what's gonna keep you both going. And honestly, I will say, y'all are gonna have a lot of makeup sex. So like at least there's something great at the end of it. And I feel like it's going to be a natural cycle between the two of you where you have your highs and lows, but after every low, you appreciate the highs a lot more. You gain more wisdom. You release some of the darkness. And so when another issue comes up, it's not as volatile or it's not as a big of a deal. And slowly over time, it's going to be just easier and easier and easier. You're going to learn each other. You're going to understand what makes each other tick, what makes each other triggered, like all of that different stuff. And it's really going to be a productive relationship at its core. And yeah, I really like this energy. I really like this energy. It's not easy energy, but it's energy that's worth it. So we're gonna see why else this relationship have to come in, why this relationship is meant for you, why this is happening. So we're gonna get the tarot out now, and I guess that's kind of what I've already been doing, but I just want one, confirmation that I'm on the right track, and two, I just want to look at the dynamic deeper, see what spirit wants you to know about it, and that sort of thing. So I believe Mary said this is the Mystical Dream Tarot. It is possible that I may have to look up some of the names if I forget them, because this is one of those decks where it's got like all the different, like, they just like couldn't name the cards after the typical cards, so, but it's okay. This is a really cool deck. I'm happy with it. So let's see, Spirit. What is the point of this connection? Why is this pile choose next relationship? Okay, so we have the Lovers in reverse and the Empress in reverse. Why is this pile choose next relationship? Five of Swords operate, interesting. Why is this pile choose next relationship? So we have the Queen of Swords now. Why is this pile choose next relationship? Okay, we have the Four of Swords. Alright, I'm gonna clarify all of these actually, and then, so why is this, so we have the Six of Swords. We have the Three of Swords. We have Strength, which is Sophia in this deck. Shout out to all my Sophias out there. That's a great. Okay, we have the Dreamer of Pentacles. I'm gonna have to look up what that is. I can't remember if it's the Page or the Knight. And then on the back of the deck, we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So let me look. Just because I don't know. Where is the Dreamer? Hello. Lord Spirit. Okay, so this is the Page. This is the Page of Pentacles. Okay. So yeah, this is definitely kind of reiterating a lot of what I was already saying, but just kind of enforcing it deeper. This connection is really gonna, it's literally like gonna make you face everything that you and this person have, I want to say done wrong in the past, but it's going to illuminate why things didn't work with people in the past, or why your approach to certain situations didn't go over well, if that makes sense. With the Lovers being in reverse here, and the Six of Swords being underneath it, I think one thing that you guys both need to heal is gameplay. And maybe it's not intentional gameplay, but it's more of like just from an ego standpoint, like neither of you have ever wanted to be the person that admits like looks weak. Both of you are the types of people who have learned that they have to appear strong, they have to be strong. And I definitely think that's why for both of you, you've probably had difficult things in your past that have really, really hindered you when it comes to opening your heart and opening up to love. And this relationship is coming in to show you that people can have authentic intentions. People can be genuine. Archangel Jophiel is protecting this connection, and he's all about authenticity and then creativity. And I feel like this is the first time you and this person will feel free to open up and be yourselves. It's really, really beautiful. With the Empress in reverse up, clarified by the Three of Swords, I feel like your past failures in love, I feel like this is specifically to the viewer, your past failures in love have really taken a hit to your self-esteem. I hate seeing that. It makes me really, really sad. But I mean, I've been in this energy too. Like, we all have our Empress in reverse moments, no matter what you identify as. Like, and the Empress is all about creativity. And actually, your heart, like your past heartbreaks, maybe are stifling your creativity. Maybe instead of, because some people do create wonderful works of art when they're in very terrible places in life, but I feel like that's not optimal. That's not ideal for you. You thrive when you feel safe, when you feel secure, when you feel loved. And I think that's a really beautiful thing about you, Kyle, too, is where you don't need pain to create beautiful things. You need love. You need happiness to create beautiful things. And that's what this person is going to do for you. And I think you're going to realize that not everybody is out to get you. And it definitely might feel like that some way. You might have been fishing for a while, There's plenty of fish in the sea, and you're like, I've caught like 50 of them, and they all suck. Like, this one is gonna be better. I promise you that much. But this, like I said, this connection is going to force you to face a lot of things about yourself that you have not wanted to admit are there. And it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. I'm hearing like, give it to me, I'm worth it. And what I love about the Lovers being here is that I'm not going to sit here and say that this is going to be your end all be all. This is who you're going to be with. I don't know. This is definitely somebody that you're going to be with for a period of time. For some of you, you might find they were there for a reason and a season. And for some of you, they're just there for a reason. But this is going to be a connection where you both have to actively choose each other. You have to choose the relationship. You have to choose being, both of you are going to have to choose to take the high road, to work on healing. And like with this Six of Swords here in the Lovers, it's like, it'll be really good when it's good. And when it's not good, the good times will be enough for you to want to both work towards that. And as long as you both are working towards that, that's all that matters. Like, I really try to stress this to people, but relationships are toxic. it takes two to tango, and people have toxic behaviors. No matter what happened in the past, like obviously shit like abuse just like isn't okay, and what is put down on the record. And obviously, if there's something abusive going on, this is not the connection that I'm talking about. It's not okay. But when it comes to love, I forgot what I was saying because I had to do my little side thing. Shit, what was I talking about? I hate when I do that. Sorry, this is the ADD at its finest. But I guess I'm just gonna keep going, and if I remember, I'll come back to it. I'm really sorry. Oh fuck. Okay, I remember now. So in relationships, toxic. There's no such thing. I guess there's such thing as toxic people, but it's their behaviors. And so it's like both of you have toxic behaviors. This relationship very well could be toxic, but the difference is that it's not going to be, because I believe in the ability of both of you to transcend that. And that's exactly why this relationship is coming together, because the universe does not want you to go through another toxic relationship where you feel like shit, where you feel unloved, where you feel stuck in this like trauma bond. That's not what this is supposed to be. This is supposed to be something. This is a cycle breaking relationship where you break everything that has failed your relationships in the past. And I think for the people watching, for a lot of you, I feel like you might be the Panther, but I mean, it could definitely be either or. But I feel like with this Queen of Swords here, you or both of you definitely have always had this attitude of like, well, if I don't get invested, then if they leave me, then it doesn't matter. And that's something that Spirit really wants you to let go of. You don't even open up so that when it inevitably, and this is not my words, these are, I'm assuming, are your words, when it inevitably fails, you won't be hurt, or it won't matter too much. And that's part of the problem. That's part of the reason why you haven't been able to have a relationship that is long lasting and solid and not formed on some bond with trauma, or that isn't just toxic. And so like I was saying with my point is that toxic behaviors can be unlearned. Toxic behaviors can be transcended. Forgiveness is definitely going to be an important aspect of this connection, but I really feel like the passion and the love between the both of you is what is actually going to, it's just going to be the glue and the motivating factor to rise above your natural, both of your natural inclinations to run or to lash out, and instead work together and face it. You both are used to being in this Five of Swords energy where the second things get tough, it's like, okay, well, back to the drawing board. And this straight card is saying, no, not this time. The strength of this connection, the strength of this bond, it's going to force you both to really work through this. And like with the snake being here, it's like neither of you is snaky, but what this snake really, what I see it coming through here as is shedding skin, shedding things that you don't need anymore. You know, a lot of the reason why you built up these defenses and why you have these coping mechanisms and why you have these behaviors that stop you from receiving love is because of how your past experiences have been, and you've been really walled off to love because either you were never shown what unconditional love looks like or what genuine love looks like, or you've been so far removed from that feeling that you forgot what it feels like. But just because you've forgotten what it feels like or what it is supposed to feel or know what it's supposed to feel like doesn't mean that you can't feel it, because trust me, even if you've never felt it, you will know it when you feel it. And when that moment happens, I'm like gonna start crying. This is so sweet. You'll understand why this relationship is worth it. And it's really beautiful. Like this is really beautiful. And you guys are gonna heal so much in this relationship. And instead of just going into like a hibernation mode when things don't work, or just pretending like a problem doesn't exist, for the first time you're gonna have someone who actually wants to work with you and rise above the difficult problems. Because here's the thing, you're not like, You're not a bad person. Like, neither is this person. You're both wonderful, but your experiences have shown you otherwise and made you believe otherwise. And so now you're embodying the beliefs of what your outer world has shown you. And this relationship is going to show you that that's fucking bullshit, man. Like, you both are awesome. And I think that this is going to help you both channel your creativity in such beautiful ways. And for the first time, I feel like you're going to truly understand why people actually give a shit about love, why people actually, fall for this stuff, and why this is worth it. Because, listen, you can cuddle a wad of cash, but you're probably going to get some paper cuts. It's probably not that warm. But at the end of the day, with you and this person, it's not going to matter what you guys have. It's not going to matter what you're doing. As long as you guys have each other, it's all going to be okay. And what I want to stress here, because this is just your next relationship, no matter what, it'll be worth it, and it'll happen in the highest good for both of you. For some of you, this could be the person you end up with. For others, not. It's a general reading, and this is just your next one, or the one you're currently in. And it's really beautiful, and this is in your life for a reason. And this is really, I think this is going to bring you both a lot of psychic development. You could be having dreams about this person already. You might not know them, and you might be having dreams about them. We'll look at that in the extended. But for the first time ever, you're going to be able to really collaborate with someone and trust someone. And I think that is something that you haven't had before. This person is going to make you feel beautiful. This person is going to make you feel strong. This person is going to show you all the beautiful, they're going to illuminate all the things about yourself that were always there, but that you are not able to see because of hurt, because of your surroundings, because of people that were not there for your highest good. But I can promise you that this is for your highest good. And this is going to help you and this person heal from a lot of really difficult stuff in your past, and learn that you are not your pain. You are not your bad experiences. You are a soul having a human experience, and you had everything within you that you need to transcend and heal that pain. And not only will you, but you've got somebody with you to do it together. And it's really going to make it worth it. It really is. This connection is going to open up so many doors, and the wonders it's going to do to both of your creative abilities and the way you're going to support each other when it comes to just being eccentric and being yourselves is going to be really awesome. This is going to be the first relationship, I think, for a lot of you where you truly feel like you can be yourself, and that you feel treasured and valued for yourself. And that's really special, and that's really important, and really excited for you. So we're going to get into your charms now and see what is going on there. So let me get the bowl out. I already shook these up and shuffled them. I just didn't want to, especially for my headphone people, I didn't want to murder your ears. So, okay, pile. All right, pile 2 theory, much more irrelevant from pile. Okay, yeah, Spirit's really going off right now. Okay, oh wait, is there one stuff? Okay, now I should close it. Okay. And there's a lot about light here. We just got to talk about it. Where do I even want to start? I'm so excited. Okay. So let's start with the gumball machine. So this connection is going to be full of surprises. And I feel the reason why it's hard to really put a lot of because I feel like they've really been describing your dynamic, and less so the relationship in terms of how it will operate in the 3D. That's kind of because it's going to be different for all of you, but there's an abundance of blessings to come from this. And I think a lot of it is going to stem from the fact that you both are going to be more creative. And I think as a result, you're going to increase your abundance. But I think that like random blessings are going to come in. Like for some of you, I heard like dog, but it doesn't have to be a dog. Like maybe allergic to dogs or something. So it might be like a pet. For some of you, it could be kids. If that's something that you want, don't attack me in the comments, okay? If you don't want children, that's great. But believe it or not, humans are biologically wired to want them, and there's a lot of people that do. So don't come for me, okay? Like, even if you don't want kids, you still get the feelings that you want to. Like, you can be as spiritual as you want, but biology go brr. Anyway, yeah, lots of blessings. What else? Okay, so we have I Carry Your Heart With Me. And I think that this is really beautiful because the fact that you have each other's hearts is what will keep you both committed to like working on this and working through the pain. And in the end of like in spirits trusting me, it's not the pain of the relationship. It's just the pain of both of your past and how this relationship is going to highlight those things, and it's gonna be painful. But it's illuminating. We have the sun and the moon, and I'm thinking of the quote, there are three things that are certain: the sun, the moon, and the truth. And I feel like one of you is the sun, the other is the moon, but you both are. It's very yin-yangy, where you're like, where one of you is, you both illuminate the things that you're unable to see in each other and shatter illusions about love, about life, about your spirituality, about what you believe in, about what's truly possible, and honestly, about your attitudes. Because both of you sometimes have a bit of an attitude, needs some attitude adjustments. But that's a lot easier said than done, to be fair. And like, especially when you're dealing with things like coping with trauma or like mental illness, like it's not that easy. But like, it's something you might want to be mindful of, you know? Because like, you might not be able to control how you're feeling. But like, for example, I have a lot of really intrusive thoughts that are just not productive. And like, before I was spiritual or anything like that, my brain was just a big boy. Like, and it really tore me down all the time. And it only took me healing to realize like, how mean I was to myself, and how maybe I projected that as a result, or I acted out in ways that I didn't really mean because of that sort of thing. You know what I mean? And so I feel like you're really just going to have so much more illumination on why you act the way that you do. And this is just a really all-encompassing relationship. We have Leo and Pisces energy here, which we had Leo, the charm here, and we have generous. And I think that you both were very generous to one another. I swear, I'm sorry, I can't hold charms to save my life. I really don't think this has anything to do with my nails. I think it's the fact that I have butterfingers. But yeah, this is going to be a relationship that really, it tests your faith in a very positive way, in a very beautiful way. And with this heart, like I just heard crown chakra. So yeah, it's really going to deepen your connection to the spiritual world. And you're going to realize that your guides never abandoned you. The spirit will, like, the loving energy, God never abandoned you, or the universe never abandoned you. If you don't want to use the word God, spirit never abandoned you. It's just that maybe you guys turned your back on it because you believed that you weren't worthy of that, or you didn't have anything to show you otherwise. But it's really going to open both of your hearts up. And I think you both are going to treat each other like royalty. I mean, the fact that we have Leo here. We also have Sagittarius here. Optimist. Yes. Okay. This makes me so excited because I do think both of you have really pessimistic attitudes. And this is why you're both going to have to motivate each other to be more positive. And it's going to be really good for the both of you. I think it's going to be really awesome. With 9, we definitely have like Virgo energy there with September, and a little bit of Libra, but we have 6, which could be Gemini, and Cancer, June, yeah, Cancer. Okay, let's see what else. So we have this pink ring here. So for some of you, you definitely could have a more serious commitment with this person. For some, I heard like promise ring or something. So maybe you guys won't think about like true commitment, but there'll be some kind of like promise made or something that will really keep you both strong. But pink, I'm numbering pink today because it's one, my favorite color, and two, it's a color of unconditional love to me, and it's a love of joy and like I don't know, good shit. And like I think that no matter what happens between the both of you, there will always be love between the two of you. Like even if this romantic relationship doesn't end in like the type of commitment you're wanting, or I don't want to say you're wanting, the type of commitment you might expect. I definitely think it's important not to have expectations with this relationship, just to allow things to happen. That way, things will flow easier and you won't find yourself being disappointed or confused when things don't turn out the way you expected them to. Just don't have expectations. Have expectations in terms of like how you expect somebody to treat you, but not in terms of how you expect the outcome of the relationship to be. Because the outcome doesn't matter. It's the journey that matters. And I think through both of you getting in tune with your heart spaces, you're going to be unlocking a lot of beautiful things in one another. You're going to be the key to each other's hearts. And we have two here. So this could be Aquarius energy or Pisces energy. But I also just think of like the Two of Cups. I'm actually with Two of Hearts. And so it's like, you guys are like two peas in a pod. You guys are, this is going to be a really balanced connection. The energy you give is going to be the energy you receive. And I'm going to say that in terms of like, so if you give like negative energy, you're going to receive it back. If you give good energy, you're going to receive it back. But even if it is negative, like Spirit is confirming to me that it can be transmuted. What's interesting with this lemon, well, first I heard, I don't know if you guys remember this viral video of this professor screaming no pomegranates really loud. I know she wasn't doing it because she didn't like pomegranates. She was doing it for a reason, but I don't know what the point of that lesson was. So pomegranates could be significant, or like the lesson that she was teaching them behind that video could be significant. So you might want to look up no pomegranates. But I also heard Sour Patch Kids. First they're sour, then they're sweet. And so I feel like if you guys do have like, you'll be just as quick to make up if you do argue, is kind of like what I'm seeing, because both of you will realize it's not worth holding on to that resentment. Like when there's so much love to share between the two of you. Do you know what I mean? And like, I think that this is just going to be the perfect fit for the both of you with this shoe here. And like, I'm hearing if this shoe fits, and like, I don't know, maybe I'm hearing Cinderella. So Cinderella could be significant. So what's interesting, if you felt around a pile one, maybe you should look at that, because there might be some similar energies between pile two and pile one. But these do feel like different energies, if I'm gonna be honest, but I could see how they could be just different layers. But I do think that this is a connection that I'm hearing like materialism won't matter. So maybe if like materialism, like material comforts is something that like you both have relied on to feel secure, it's like you're not going to need that. You're going to realize how material things are so not the type of security that you thought you needed, or maybe if you felt secure in your material world, you'll realize how unfulfilling material security is, if that makes sense. If you don't have love, of course. We also have the little lantern. So this also makes me think of like Hermit Virgo energy. For some of you, I am hearing that like maybe you are in a separation with this person or something like that. I've really been avoiding kind of that language because I just want to focus on like your next relationship and just be more open to the connection. But when Spirit says, listen, what Spirit wants, Spirit gets. And I definitely think that this connection is light, like in the sense that it's going to transmute all that negative energy. It's going to be really beautiful. We also have the pineapple here, which I feel like you both are going to find a sense of home in one another. You're going to feel safe with one another. You're going to feel joyful and like welcome in each other's presence. And you could have a home together, you could move in together, you could create a beautiful home together. For some of you, I heard you might even build like your own home. Like you might literally create your own home, which is lit. Like love that for you both. What an HGTV moment. But yeah, this is going to be a really expansive. Oh, SpongeBob. You guys might like watch SpongeBob or something. You might have characters you identify as, and like I don't know, that might be like an inside joke with the both of you. We also have this cat, and so I feel like you both, I feel like Spirit wants me to assure the both of you that you're gonna see through those obvious defense mechanisms that you have. And one interesting thing about this connection is that your intuitive abilities for the both of you are going to like increase tenfold the more you guys heal. And it's like the more you grow closer together and bond and like heal, the more in tune you guys will be. And it's like you'll pick up on each other's funny feelings. You both will like, I can just see you both at like a party or like a dinner party or something. And let's say you're like with a group of friends and like, and somebody new comes and you guys like leave the party. You guys like maybe exchange looks, but then you leave the party and you both are like, so what was up with that guy? Like his energy was really weird. Like it was really off or whatever. Or like just really interesting things things like I really honestly can't explain, but you'll know them when you feel them. And finally we have the letter T. So I heard Tanner, Tanya, and Tony. What's tartar? But what is that? It makes me think of like Borat 2 Tutar. Iconic. Let's see, what else? What other T things? I'm hearing tennis T. Oh, this person, one thing that might indicate who this person is, they will have really silly, they will use really silly pickup lines on you. Like, oh shoot, what's it? Well, you're the only 10 I see, or, oh my God, you're, first card, the first leaking energy was 10. So 10 could be significant. 1 or 0. That makes me think of the Magician and the Fool. So you both could be manifesting a new beginning. T for 2, 2 for T. I heard 2 tons. I don't know why I would say that. 2 tones? I don't know. There if it has any meaning. But I also heard tiny. Like, for some of you, that might be the name of the pet you get, like tiny. Oh, and Tim. Tim is another one. But, okay, I'm going to zoom in on these and feel free to pause the video if you want to look at the charts a little bit closer. But Piles, I'm going to leave your reading here. If you want to go over and meet me in the extended, we're going to look at how you're going to meet this person, or if you've already met them, it'll confirm that this is this person. And then we're going to see the blessings that come from this relationship and advice that you need to hear and further blessings. But if you're leaving me here, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching my ads and supporting me. That is the simplest and easiest way to support me, and I just genuinely appreciate it. Thank you so much for sitting through all of this, and I really hope it resonated. Definitely let me know down in the comments how it resonates. I would love to hear. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you left a like. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribed and click that little bell notification. Even if you clicked that notification before, YouTube has the habit of like not giving you notifications. So make sure you're still clicking that even if you are subscribed. But thank you guys so much for letting me read your cards and charms. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading, and I hope that it resonated.